3 days only.
What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? So doing a little new player experience. So we got a brand new fresh account with nothing. No gold. I can't get rid of that. It won't let me sell it, huh? Or will it? Oh yeah, we can sell those now. So got a brand new fresh account, just starting as if a new player would. Now, a couple of things I wanted to say up front here. First off, what does every Dungeon Defenders game need more of to make all Dungeon Defenders games more successful for both new players and old players? They need new players, y'all. It's a small community. It needs more players. Now, you know, story, of course, Harrison, Kebab, what's up, Control Freak, Micah, Whoops Jr., what up, Anyway, it needs more players. More players to DD2 makes all Dungeon Defenders games more successful because it means the company's going to make more money. New players to DDA, new players to DD1 makes all Dungeon Defenders games more successful as the company's going to make more money. More money means more development, means better time for all players, not just new, not just old. What's going on there, Goblin? Christian, how you doing? I'm doing good, man. Another thing I wanted to throw out there up front, particularly if a new player is watching this or is watching this later, I am purposefully not using the most powerful meta defenses in the game. So I'm not going to be using the Warden at all, and I'm not going to be using proton beams at all. So if you're a brand new player and you want to get to end game as quick as possible, proton beams are the way, y'all. And then as soon as you get to level 20 and can get a buff beam or an overclock beam on your EV, then you're going to want to start using Warden defenses as well. It's just the strongest stuff in the game. Now, like I said, I'm purposefully not going to use that stuff. So we got no Warden today, and we got no proton beams today. So we're going to go through it using what I personally used the very first time I played the game. The only addition is now, of course, the EV is part of the game, and the Rogue is part of the game. So I am going to use those. However, I'm going to avoid the OP early game meta defenses. I'm going to just play for fun. And that's the best way, right? So anyway, I went on and created 6 heroes. This is going to be my deck. We got the lovely Squire. We've got an Apprentice. We've got a Huntress. We've got a Monk. We've got an EV. And we've got a Rogue. So, sorry, Warden. You're too beast for this playthrough. So we're leaving you at home. Additionally, I went on and set my loot filter so that it is set for new player stuff. Actually, I didn't have comment checked. Ooh. So we're going to be looting everything on the ground. Every single item on the ground is going to be looted. And then I did go through and set up my inventory filters. So I've got weapons, accessories, pets, ancient gear, guard gear, militia gear, miner gear, primitive gear, and then I got a spare bag at the end. So anyway, with that in mind, let's hop on through. Now, another thing too, a veteran Dungeon Defenders player can do early game skips to start the game on insane mode. And that's what I would do if I was restarting right now. However, we are not going to do that. We're going to start the game on hard mode, basically. So to unlock hard mode, of course, we've got to do the deeper well on medium. And then if we were an advanced player and we were going to start on insane mode, we would have to do the deeper well on hard as well. And then we could start on insane and play our way through. But we are going to we're going to jump to hard mode. So first things first, we got to do medium. Thanks there, Stavros. Appreciate it. It's not going to be Squire-only defenses. Like I said, I'm going to play as if I would be playing the game as a brand new player. And what I would do as a brand new player is I would use Squire defenses. But knowing what I know, I realize that Squire defenses have awful range. And then additionally, at level 1, all you got is walls. So that hurts you a little bit. So we are going to use some explosive traps. And we've got enough for 4 of them. So that's how we are going to start. And then I think just for fun, so I personally enjoy this going through, I am going to play actively on the rogue, I believe. So let's get it. Let it fly here. Oh shoot, I'm on Rift mode. God dang it, man. I didn't mean to start it on Rift mode. So sorry, y'all. Exclamation PTR in chat, Christian. We'll get you a link. And it is in the description as well. Did not mean to start it on Rift mode. So we're going to switch it off of Rift mode here after we complete this. But I don't want to, you know, I want to get through. So this stuff will be looted. Rinse Plays, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Now, the issue with explosive traps early is, as you see, they don't have crap for charges, so they burn super quick. So we got to keep the upgrades flowing on these bad boys. I think you get 4 shots out of each one. Well, I mean, if I was to pick one single thing, I think the pet Transmogs is so enormous. It adds such a wonderful thing to the game. Let's see. Let's get more traps. In case we do lose any of those early ones. Besides that, I think the harpoons are a lot closer. I still don't think they're where they need to be, but I do feel like they're closer to where they should. The difference in XP between rifted and non-rifted is really, really small. So as a brand new player just joining the game, I don't really suggest anyone start in rifted mode. Of course you can if you want to, but you have no real benefit of doing so. So by starting in non-rifted mode, of course, you're going to learn the base game a bit more. These, of course, are all chained together. By spreading them out a little bit, I would probably save myself quite a bit in upgrades here. And repairs. Alright, and let's just keep it spamming. Actually, we gotta build up here now. Oh, let's see. We're going to have a little leftover DU. Out of mana. Let's just let it fly here. We'll keep an eye on the top lanes. I think the blockade changes were kind of trivial. I think the bowling ball turrets change was kind of trivial. But I think explosive traps, inferno traps, and harpoons, it's definitely a step in the right direction. But I do feel like it needs just a little bit more to be competitive with other defenses. And, like, don't even take the most powerful meta defenses. Just look at, if you look at, like, what a harpoon can do versus a good defense. That's not the meta defense, but a good defense, like, say, maybe the lightning tower. If you know, a harpoon should be able to do semi-equivalent amounts of damage, right? God, man, this guy is just going to keep shooting me. I'm just going to run over here. Alright, so what else do we want to do? Let's just go one more trap here to even it all out. I should have spaced those out more for sure. And then we can actually go, let's go with some ensnares. We'll try to center them a little. Just to use up the rest of the DU. What's going on, Zifla? Definitely always use all your DU. You get an experience bonus every wave. So here we go, wave 5. Once again, I did not mean to start this rifted. It's just force of habit. Looking at the, you know, I usually always have rifted toggled, so I am going to turn that off moving forward here. No, it's, because remember, it's a strategy game. It's the first map in the game. There, Pineapple. So, yeah, it's not supposed to be difficult. It's the first map in the game. Why would the first map in any strategy game ever be difficult, you know? That, remember, I've done this 16 million times as well. So, although I'm trying to replicate a new player experience as best as possible, it's just never going to be a true new player experience, because I know what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to trash this rifted gear. I'm not going to use it. Let's go ahead and... Well, we want to jump to hard mode. It's something that's been in the game ever since DD1. Jockle, they're not going to take something like that out. It rewards you for using all of the defenses, you know? It's a good thing, in my opinion. See, we got fire damage, and we'll go. Why is it not? Oh, can't. Got to be level 10. We can use that one. Actually, that one's not near as much DPS. All right, so I trashed the rifted stuff. Let's just jump on in. It's early game, Burn. None of this is a bad thing. This being easy, that's not bad. The whole point of early game is to get people into the game. To make people have fun. Getting your ass kicked on the first map of the game would not be fun for a brand new player. This is definitely 100% not a bad thing. It is a good thing that it's early. It lets people learn the game, you know? Alright, so we're jumping to hard, but we're turning off hardcore and rifted, because we just don't really have a reason to toggle these on. Neither one of them are more XP, is the thing. Hardcore is better loot, but we've already are picking up loot that we can't use. So, yeah, no point in using hardcore. So let's go ahead and get our hard mode experience started. And guess what we're going to do? The same thing! Sorry, y'all. We'll be off this map in a minute. I am going to be a little bit smarter and spread the traps out this time. That way they don't chain against each other. Because that cost me way too many repairs on that last run. Alright, let's do it. Hopefully, well, I mean, we'll get some gear, and then plus we got points. Now, also, it would be smart for a new player to go ahead and apply those 6 levels worth of points. Yeah, it's just not, it's a waste of time, Dan. You don't need get gold early game. I mean, attempting to farm gold early game is a mistake in itself. It's just a time waster. What's going on there, Shondo? You're gonna make a bazillion times more gold just by going through and getting yourself to more advanced maps. So it's just not worth wasting the time to get higher quality loot that you can't use. And remember, the loot is limited. So higher quality loot that you can't use means less loot that you can use, you know? So, I mean, obviously you want to get some stuff you can use. But, then again, you can do it however you want. So the main thing is that you're having a good time. Particularly if you just started playing a game. I mean, if you're at this point in the game, fun should be the #1 priority for you. If not, you're just doing it wrong. We had limited loot before. That's no change. It's always been 40 items on the ground. Can't go over 40 items on the ground. That's been there since pre-alpha. Or since alpha. Right, we didn't get the top opened up yet, but we can start building it. Just the 40 item types is what's changing. They said that figure the PTR will be there for about 2 weeks, and then they'll put about 2 weeks of development into it, and then after that it will launch. So I figure a month. Ish. I'd say instead of thinking a month, think 5 weeks instead. It's probably more realistic. Give them an extra week to get through certification and everything. And that's assuming the PTR is 2 weeks too. You know, say they make major changes during the PTR that they want more testing on, they're just going to update the PTR and get more feedback, you know. Throw our ensnares in just to use it up. Already upgraded this? Alright. Shoot, forgot to switch. Luckily, it's wave 4. We won't have anything too difficult here. Alright. Should be able to get through this pretty good. I'm kind of curious as to how far I can make it. If your friend has a full 105 armor set, then they've either got the wrong stats on it, or they have seriously no life to game for like 1,000+ hours, or they're lying to you. And nobody got full 105 sets that are ideal drops. Like, I mean, the grindiest mofo I know is Aramir, and he doesn't have a full 105 set. And he's done, like, I've done the keep a bazillion times. He's done the keep 10 times more than me. You know? Alright. I mean, you could possibly get a full 105 set with trash stats, but I mean, I don't know anybody that's lucky enough to get the full enchilada. I mean, I'm only using, out of all the runs I've done, I'm probably using maybe 2 105 pieces on my main account out of all my heroes. But I also want perfect stats. So if it doesn't have the exact stats that I'm looking for, being 105 means nothing. A level 90 piece with the right stats beats a 105 piece with the wrong stats. Well, I mean, that's literally thousands of hours. So my guess is that, like I said, he's either not being honest or just went for, look at me, I got 105 stats, which is, you know, is a thing too, of course. But a 105 gear with the wrong stats is just the wrong thing to do, though. It's completely... I mean, what more can I say? I'm not going to bash the guy or call him a liar, but if he's got perfect stats on all his gear and he's using 105 stuff, then holy shit, man, he's got some serious hours in. Like, more than anyone I know. And I know a lot of people. Oh, a lot of grindy people. Oop. We're done. Why am I upgrading still? Ooh, we got a little fire cannon there. Level 10 requirement. Boo. Well, let's move right along. Getting us some ancient mines. Now, here on the ancient mines, of course, we're going to have some ogres. But we are also going to throw in some upgrades, because we do have some stats. Now, traps, I'm a firm believer that, you know, the fortify on it is such a big deal, and then range on them. That's what I personally would do, is split those first points between fort and range. Give yourself a little bit of quality of life. And then for everyone else, really, I would go full on to enter range. Alright, do we want to do any armor yet? Let's see. We can put our Huntress in ancient gear. Ancient gear, of course, is guaranteed to have fort on it. We'll save those pieces. We'll put our Squire in... I kind of want the Squire in damaging gear. We'll put the Squire in militia gear. Our Apprentice, I kind of want in power gear. You know, we'll put our Apprentice in rate gear, actually. Who else we got? Mr. Monkalicious. We can go... Do we want to go power on the monk? Well, we've used ancient, we've used guard militia. Yeah, I guess we'll go power on the monk. We should go power on the EV as well, to be honest. I'm not going to be using the EV till level 20, though, so... damn near pointless there to even bother. Let me see on weapons now, though. Level 10. We can use that, but it's a DPS drop. Actually, all this stuff is a DPS drop. See, Control S will sell all. Very nice. And then, do we want to just sell everything now? Let's just sell everything. Get rid of all the junk. Yeah, stats. There's diminishing returns on stats all the way up, Vern. Of course, the higher you go, the greater the fall off is, but that starts right away. Right at the very, very beginning. Alright. Let's spread them out again so we don't have to worry as much about the trap chaining. What trap chaining is if you have traps where their targeting decal overlaps or is touching, then both traps will trigger at the same time. So if you spread your traps out, then you don't have to worry about that. That was because early in DDA's life, well, first off, it's like that in DD1. But additionally, early in DDA's life, we all abused the piss out of traps and stacked them all on top of each other and got massive, massive damage stacking. Guilty as charged. I did it as well. See, now we got 12 charges here, which is a little nicer on these traps. I probably should have went forward on the Squire. I mean, I'm going to be using harpoons quite a bit once I get up to level 20. So I was thinking down the road. We got 40 DU left. We got a lot of DU, huh? Yeah, something still just needs to be changed. I mean, they could make them free, you know? And it's still not gonna change the fact that walls are just not good in endgame, particularly. So, I mean, walls just need something else. I mean, they could leave the bouncer blockade like it is. This is what I suggested yesterday. Now, obviously, I'm not the game designer. It's just my thought. But they could leave the bouncer blockade as it is. Maybe give it a little bit more health or a little bit of damage resistance. And then, like the bouncer blockade, the utility you use in that would be the bounce, right? Well, then they could take the spike blockade and give it like some mad damage resistance. So if you wanted like a straight up fat wall, you could use the spike blockade, where if you wanted the utility of the knockback, then you could go with the bouncer, and that would give them a little bit of diversity. I personally think you should be able to unlock Insane out of the gates, because I think for a veteran tower defense player, Insane mode is very, very, very realistic and achievable. You know? Let's go and ensnare there and ensnare there. So, I mean, I understand having the gating in, and I don't have a problem with the gating, to be honest. But I do think it would be nice not to have to jump through the hoops to get to Insane mode. Where, like, right now, I mean, if I was starting right now, I would be on Insane Deeper Well for a third time in a row. You know? Ain't nobody wants to do that. But that would be my my suggestion, I think. Let's see. Let's go with some electric too. I only got enough for 2 more. I should have put this closer to the spawn. That's all right. Let's put them right in between those 2 ensnares. I've played on every platform. PlayStation launch, I kind of did a speedrun to Massacre on PlayStation. As far as I know, on PlayStation, I mean, I don't know this, so this is not making a statement, but as far as I know, I think I'm the first person to beat the Keep on PlayStation. Massacre Rifted Hardcore. Now, I don't know that for sure. But as far as, like, the community members that talk to each other, I believe I was. No, you just gotta have DPS set up there, Robert. It's very achievable. Everybody's... I mean, everyone who's grinded through it has done it. But you remember, the Keep is the hardest thing in the map. So what do you need to beat the Keep? You need Ancient Dragon bonus wave gear. So you need to go back and replace all your stuff with Ancient Dragon bonus wave stuff. Or at least some of it to get a little power gain. And then the Keep is going to be much, much easier for you. I mean, it's still not going to be easy. Your first time beating the Keep is a struggle, as it should be. I want to say it took me about 12 hours when it came out. Aramir beat me by, like, I want to say, like, 3 or 4 hours. Actually, it may have only been 2. I don't know. He beat me by a few hours. Now, I don't know. I'm sure other people did too, but Aramir and I were talking to each other the whole time, so he's the only one I'm really sure beat me there. But yeah, I don't expect there to be any changes to the Keep boss. I mean, remember too, when episode 2 comes, we're going to have higher quality gear, so the Keep boss is no longer going to be the shit. It's good, people are going to be steamrolling it. The objective then is going to be to beat the Keep on the new bonus wave, because remember, with episode 2 will come another bonus wave. What's going on there, servers? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, episode 2 will come. We'll get another spike in our gear, and beating the Keep on Massacre will be easy peasy lemon squeezy, AFK at all. You know, I mean, obviously you can't AFK the boss on that one, but you never know. Might be able to in episode 2. Ooh, close call on that trap, huh? We got enough mana here? Yeah, we do. Let's go and upgrade this one as well. What does that upgrade take us to? That takes us to 15 charges. So that's definitely a step in the right direction. Yeah, they inadvertently added the visuals in from going rogue. And it does look better. Everybody's saying it looks better. I mean, really, they need to take the visuals from going rogue and apply them across the board. The game looks better. You know? They took away a lot of the absurd lighting. I can tell you what happened. Now, I mean, obviously, I don't know what happened. This is a guess. But you had a bunch of game developers and artists and whatnot that had been working on Dungeon Defenders 2 in an old-ass engine that's outdated as hell. And they got all these fancy new toys, and they started cranking the buttons all the way over to the right on all of them because they were used to using these, you know, obsolete visual design tools. And they cranked shit up way too high. That's what I think happened. So now dialing everything back a little bit, things just look better. You know? Things look way, way better. Now, like I said, I don't know that, but that's what I'm guessing. I mean, when I get a new toy, I want to use the hell out of it. You guys know I'm working on getting my audio replaced and converted to a more modern audio system. You know, the second I get that, I'm going to overprocess the shit out of everything, and I'm going to have to learn how to use it all. Here is our first challenge, where we probably should have had some walls. Because we just ain't doing nothing to them. Or I should have put gear on the rogue, huh? I mean, we are just tickling this guy. Come on, homie, come back. Don't leave me, brother. Get our stuns in there as often as we can. It's gonna take like 6 months to kill this guy, I'm pretty sure. Come on back through. Run through that gauntlet one more time, please. He's almost there now. They're not going to add massive reworks like that into DD2 Shadow Wolf. I mean, refer back to my last statement. DD2 is in a game engine that is super struggling right now. Just for the game to run. It's got 400 plus average players online on Steam. It's not making millions of dollars. All right. So now what do you do? Well, I mean, this is like a serious game hack. And nobody does it. But it really is like a serious game hack. The best thing you can do breaking into any new tier is after you complete Ancient Mines, switch over and do it on survival mode. Because you now have that survival map unlocked. Now, before I do that, I do want to go through my gear. Actually, should we bother? Yeah, we'll bother. Why not? Why not? Let's see. 72,000 or 72.8 DPS. Yeah, we'll take that. But now we got a poison weapon. That one's not a DPS gain. I mean, there's no doubt we'll get a DPS gain at some point here. Oh, well, that one's close, but not quite. Let's just go ahead and you know what? Let's just sell all. What about armor? Let's see, we are going to be using some blockades now. So since right now all I'm going to be using on the Squire is blockades, I'm going to dump everything into Fort. And then we're using minor items there. Going to equip that. No gloves yet, but that's alright. The apprentice, I don't think I'm going to use a whole lot, so let me just scrap my primitive gear for now. Can't auto gear based on armor type. Well, I mean, I would never want to auto gear, personally. By just auto-applying gear, you're guaranteeing that you're not looking at your stuff. You know? I should have went through and did their stats, too, while I was here. Alright, is that all of them? You know, we got the EV we never did anything with. What do you want to do on the EV? I mean, I need more gear is the thing. So what I am going to do now is sell all, have a fresh, clean inventory again, and then we're going to hop in and do some survival. I'm not going to use the apprentice yet, so I'm not going to bother applying the points. We got 9 more points to put in. Let's go 3 points into fort and then the other 6 into range. Let's do the same thing. Let's give let's put a few points into fort and then dump everything else into range for our auras. The EV we're not going to be using until level 20, so we can ignore that one. But let's go full on into attack on our rogue. Sadly, I didn't keep any gear for my rogue, so oops. So let's jump in and do some Ancient Mines survival. Now here you can do it on hardcore, but since it's the first try, if you lose, you're going to wish you didn't do it on hardcore. It's one of those situations. Let's get it. Now this, like I said, normally I would start the game on insane mode. And actually, you know what? We're probably going to use reflect beams here. I didn't think about that. Let's, for wave 1 here, we can just slap some traps down. Get through the wave. I may have put those a little bit too close together there. Alright, let's do it. So here we're going to be chillaxing it out the majority of the map. Until we get to, say, like, wave 10-ish, probably. I mean, I don't think the ogres are going to be too much of a problem until we get to that point, but we'll see. I mean, I may end up being wrong there. More mobs. Come on out, baddies. Give me your mana. I think we're just going to drop another trap here and just spam through another wave to get at least 2 waves worth of mana. Let's just do that. Give us a little bit more. We can actually build some stuff here. As far as the hero or defenses, well, heroes weren't changed at all in the update. This was all about defenses. But yeah, the walls, all the changes to all the walls in the game did nothing. So that completely needs another rework. Traps are really, really close to being comparable to meta defenses. And harpoons are close to being compared to meta defenses. So, I mean, they're in the right direction on traps and auras, but they're 100% not there yet. You know? Nothing is... The only thing that they got completely right is the pet transmog system. They just did good on that. I mean, I don't want to say... That sounds kind of rude. I mean, it is what it was supposed to be. It's a step. You know, it's a step in the direction. Well, I mean, that's a bug. That's not something that needs to be balanced. Inferno not being affected by Speedy. That would 100% just be a bug. You know? I'm putting these a little bit back from the explosive trap, just assuming that I'm going to have my explosive traps upgraded far enough to get a little range out of them. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and switch to the EV. So, I'm still going to go power on the EV, even though we're not using it yet. just because I'm going to be using it pretty soon. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the struggle, Darkshine. It would be very hard to make a balanced end game and not make early game a joke. They're both great choices there, Luis. DDA is a super fun game. DD2 has more things to do overall, but DD2 is also an old, outdated engine that's nearing its end. You know, we'll get the Chaos 10 update and whatever comes with that. And past that, I think we're going to be real lucky to get much more other than cosmetics in DD2. Alright, so we got a little bit left. Let's get more traps. So let's go put an Inferno trap back a little bit behind that one. Inferno trap there. Let's get some auras down. I would put these on the wall. We're going to go a full aura stack since we got the DU, so strength drain aura as well. Remember, the base game with Dungeon Defenders Awaken is just like Dungeon Defenders 1, where it's a game of countering elemental types. So the strength drain aura strips enemies of that elemental immunity. Did I put Infernos on both sides? Yes and yes. Okay. We just need them over here. We're going to have a little change left over, too. Now, what the deal is, they won't target through line of sight. But say I had a harpoon here and there was an enemy like right there where that torch is, where the harpoon would normally just smack into this, it will now go through this. But if I had the harpoon here where it was completely line of sight blocked versus that torch, it wouldn't fire at all. It is very, very elusive, the description. It's a little confusing. See, we got 5 more. What do we want to do with the 5? Just not sure what I want to do with it. I mean, I could throw another electric aura up front somewhere just for some... a little bit of upfront damage just to even out the DU. Let's let it fly. What I plan on doing here is go until, like... well, going until I hit the first mini struggle. So, you know, if I have an issue with an enemy getting a little uncomfortably close, or my wall's taking too much damage or whatever, then I'll go through the gear then. See, it's a little wonky still, though. Like, it doesn't work 100% of the time. I've had the projectiles go through this rock. Not this exact rock, but in this example, I've had projectiles go through it, and I've had projectiles stop at it, too. So it's definitely a little wonky. Little bit wonky. We can just keep spamming G at this point. Don't explode me, bro. Like this wall is going to take a little damage here, huh? Oh, this auto-targeting system, or the smart targeting on upgrades and repairs, it's not DD1, you know, and in DD1 it's absolutely wonderful. But I think it's about the closest it's been to that ever since the game started. I mean, life is much, much easier now, upgrading and repairing. So those, the pet change, and, you know, I mean, ideally, I would like the DD1 system of upgrading and repair targeting put in the game. But I'm happy enough with the current system that I wouldn't complain. Yeah, it's just bad wording in the patch notes. Leafus, you figure that out pretty quick, and it says in the patch notes, like, if you have something targeted, it's going to repair that specific item. So you can do either one you want. But yeah, the easiest thing to do is just to run up here, don't target anything, and just start spamming. Now I don't have enough mana for any more upgrades, but pretty easy to figure out. It's better than it is in any Dungeon Defenders game. Oh wow, DDA plus Going Rogue is 40% off? I did not realize that. That's definitely, how much was it for the total package there, Ginger? I mean, that could potentially be a pretty good deal. Going Rogue, of course, is still really early, so we don't know how that one's going to end up. But assuming they do the right thing with it, you know. £21. Going Rogue is a roguelite version in the Dungeon Defenders universe. It is not a tower defense game as we know it with Dungeon Defenders games. In fact, the haters all say it shouldn't have the name Dungeon Defenders in the title. It's fun, but it's super early, and there's not a complete game there yet, by any means, you know? You don't have to, Clore. What you would want to do is delete your old PTR save file, and then load the game back up, and it will auto-copy your newest live file over to the PTR. So you don't have to restart unless you just want. It is fun to restart, and it gives you something to play, but you don't have to. Well, they just paired it up like that as a bundle to try to encourage people to buy both. I mean, they appeal to entirely different player bases, is the thing, you know? Bowling ball turrets need way more love, Vern. They need... I mean, I hate to say it, but bowling ball turrets need a complete rework from the ground up. Everything about them sucks balls. Huge, huge bowling balls. Don't mind me, y'all. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Cut me some slack. Alright, so now I'm at watch for Ogre Point, because we know ogres are coming, so I can't ignore ogres anymore. They said that they expect the PTR to go for about 2 weeks, and then there will be about another 2 weeks of development time afterwards. So assuming that time frame is accurate, it would be about a month before it's on the live game. Oh, pun intended for sure there, Papa. And I got an Inferno now on my rogue, which will be in a little bit extra damage, which is nice. Only got the one ogre, right? Yep, yep. So I can either kite him, or I can sit here and repair my wall. With a strength drain aura on my wall, I think I'm going to sit there and repair it. And the ogre is actually not even hitting it. How convenient. Oh, and he hit it a little there at the end. Well, no, you can still provide feedback, but you do have to play the PTR and provide feedback to get the reward. You have to have at least 30 minutes played on the PTR and then fill out the survey. And you will get you'll get the reward. And another thing too, fill the survey out early. Even after you've just played it a little bit. Fill it out and tell them what you think, because remember, there's a solid chance that there will be multiple surveys. Yeah, the Warden's a beast. That's all we can do there. Warden OP. Even more so now, because now the Warden also has not only the most powerful defenses in the game, but also the most powerful meme defense in the game that's still effective enough to complete maps. You don't have to use Frost Strike auras. You have to be smart, Jonathan. I mean, Ancient Power resets should not take you very many maps. And once you get to a certain window, you're going to be able to do an entire Ancient Power reset just by doing 2 maps. I think it's that 33 to 39 bracket. There's only 2 maps and done. So, I mean, most people that know how to abuse the system and have an alt set up ready to go are doing 5-6 AP resets a day. You're almost to the sweet spot then. You're damn near to the sweet spot. When you get to the point where you can unlock, I can't remember what AP it is. For some reason, I think it's like 15. But when you get to the point where you have wave 24 or wave 23 unlocked right after your AP reset, you do one wave 24 map, which unlocks Chaos 7. Well, assuming you don't get absolute trash gear. There should be enough gear on the ground to unlock Chaos 7 for you. And then do Chaos 7 until you get Chaos 8 unlocked, which should be another 2 or 3 maps. And then do one Chaos 8 and reset again. So, I mean, at the early resets, it's easy to abuse the system without having the alt setup going. Don't reset and climb through Onslaught. Whatever you do. Additionally, don't reset and spend a bunch of mats. Assuming you did your first reset properly by unlocking Chaos 9 first, you're at max Ascension caps. Where max Ascension caps, assuming you have Gilded Shards, allows you to complete many AP resets just in your campaign gear after the reset. You know, or if you want a little more power, you can pick items up as you go. But you don't need to spend anything. I mean, you can do that too. You know, that's what everybody did at the beginning. But yeah, just the thing with AP resets in DD2 is you get almost no value out of them past the first one, assuming you did the first one proper. So, I mean, just decide. If you got a big Netflix list, then grind out some AP resets. But if you don't have a bunch of stuff to watch while you're AFK, I would say don't even bother with doing more than one. You got max Ascension caps. Everything past that is completely trivial except the gold gain. Alright, we just got one ogre still. Yep. The strength train on this blockade. These ogres are just not doing anything. That guy's doing 4,000 a hit, it looks like. Or that was 6,000. That was 4,000. That was 4,000. I mean, it's just not going to be able to get through the wall before he dies, you know? We might have some gear on the ground now. I should probably... Well, after I go through the gear one more time and at least get full sets on everybody, I'll definitely toggle gray gear off and only take greens or better. But, I mean, here we are at Wave 9, and it's still extremely trivial. Yeah, you got to go into your save files, Christian, and delete your PTR save file. And then when you load back into the PTR again, it will take a fresh copy of your live profile. So you just got to get rid of that old PTR save file, basically. Where you at, Mr. Ogre? A lot more mobs at the wall now. We're getting close to getting that buff beam unlocked. Which will be quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Alright, here comes Mr. Ogre. We only got one. Only one. He cutter. All characters are included in the game. Ginger and DDA. In DD going rogue, you have to unlock them. I know you said you got that too. But, you know, I mean, it's a roguelite. You would assume you would have to unlock them, right? Looks like I'm going to lose something here if I don't get this guy dead. I need to get a better weapon equipped. This thing's a POS. I'm still using the level 1 weapon, the starter. Can I get this? We got it. We got him now. I think now is the time to go through the gear, because it's just taking way too long to kill this dude. So yeah, I guess I was right on the Wave 9 assumption. We got one more guy. Oh, there is another ogre. Oh no! Did I lose anything over here? See, the wall's still thick? Oh, that wall's still thick? We did lose some stuff over here. I wasn't paying attention. Miss Kitty done put the beat down on me. Damn you, Miss Kitty. I want them all. Vern. So yeah, all of them. I mean, that's what I want. All right. Alright, so we got to do a little bit of building here. Let's see, we want to get rid of that. Oh shit, no we didn't. We're not level 20 yet. I was thinking I was level 20. Let's see, so we got... What all did we lose? Looks like we lost our... Or we still got 3 auras here. We lost, what, the Splody back here? We lost 3 things. We lost a Splody up front. What else did we lose? We got 3 auras there. We've only got 2 auras? Or no, we've got 3 auras there as well. Oh, we lost a trap here up front. That aura is so pointless. I'm gonna get rid of that for sure here pretty soon. Dejin, what's up? What's up? As far as like priority on heroes, as far as what order or whatever I'd like to see. I mean, not just DD2. I want DD. I'd like DD1 stuff there too. I mean, it's the. Let's be honest. DDA right now is not a successful game. It's just not. People aren't playing it. Is it worth $30? Sure, it's worth $30. But people aren't playing the game. If they want to get people to play the game, they're going to have to put all the stuff. All the DD1 heroes, all the DD2 heroes, as many maps as possible, as many game modes as possible. And all that is going to cost a bunch of money. So will they do it? I don't know. I mean, we'll find out, right? Alright, a little more fort there. Or power there, a little more power there. A little more power there. A little more power there. I got all militia stuff, yep. Actually, do we want to double dip on this militia gear? Let's do that, because I don't have anything on my rogue yet. And then we got 17 points. We'll throw those right into fort. We're not doing anything on the apprentice yet. On the huntress, we got ancient gear. Same. That's one more fort, so yeah, we'll take it. But now, where are we at? We're at 33 fort, 16 range. Let's get up to 20. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Why is it applying everything? There we go. I must have had a button stuck. Let's get up to 20 on the range and then throw some stuff into power to get a little bit more damage on those splodies. Let's do the same or similar thing on the monk. Let's see what we got first. 11 power there. Yeah, it's a hottie. Hot item. We're still missing a headpiece. It's a wrong set, but it's 1 power. So, I mean, yeah, we'll take it. And what do we got here? We're at 24 power. We're only at 3 fort and 26 range. Let's go up to 30 range and then start dumping into power. Get a little more power on those as well. The EV, we still haven't done anything with. We're not going to until level 20. And then we had the rogue. Let's see, what did we have more of? I mean, we still got all this. I think I'm going to go militia on the rogue. This will give our, what'll give us a little armor, just a little trickle, but more importantly, it will make our devices hit a little harder. Same thing, here we got a set, 5 power on them. We'll take that. Let's check the weapons again on the rogue. Actually, you know what? I want to filter these by item power. Rami, thank you so much with the raid and the host. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. We are checking out the new player experience. I want ascending, not descending, right? Or no, that's right. That's right. We want the highest powered stuff at the front. Alright, now this one is definitely not a DPS gain, but it's an AoE burst. So I'm going to use it anyway. We got a little bit of a sword upgrade there, and the main thing there is we want different damage types, but using one that's inspired assault would be nice. There we go. We got a physical damage and a fire damage, both with inspired assault. So we just got a DPS increase, and then I'm gonna just trash everything else. And I got points here to put in too. All right. Alright, Dan, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. Dragon Cannon Sword, is this Warhammer 40k? I tell you what, man, I love the Warhammer universe. Shit, I forgot to turn my loot filter off. Let me do that right now. Let's switch it now, and let's get rid... Actually, you know, I don't have full sets yet. I better wait until I have full sets. So we should have a little more power going off now. Still can't do any more upgrades yet. The reflect beam. Yeah, let's upgrade it. Why not? There's no news yet. The only thing they've given us as any indicator at all is Phil said that it will be here before the end of 2022. But remember, there's an entire update that's being tested on the PTR right now that hasn't even made it into the game yet. So, I mean, there's things to come prior to Episode 2. Of course, what we all want is Episode 2, but it's just going to take some time. Yep, they've already had plenty of time. It should be out already. Without question, 100%. Not arguing that fact or defending them in any way with their choice to put the development time into going rogue. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying there, y'all. Don't get exploded either. Alright, here we go. Our first ogre of the day. And now... oh, yeah. Oh, we got double ogres here. We are going to burn them way quicker now, though, as we got all that additional power. Looking good. PTR stands for Public Test Realm. It's what games do to test their products. Super popular with Blizzard Entertainment games. Exclamation PTR in chat, David. I'll get you a link to the full patch notes. It's basically changes based off of the feedback that was given by players in the surveys over the last several months. Well, Going Rogue hasn't launched yet, so no, Going Rogue hasn't made anything. I mean, it's made money, but not much. Games don't make money in early access. They don't make money until the game launches. The majority of gamers out there do not play early access games. They're becoming more and more and more common and more popular. But the majority of people won't even consider looking at the game until it's a 1.0 launch version. So it's too soon to tell. I mean, hopefully it does good. If it does good, then they're going to have more money to invest into traditional Dungeon Defenders games, right? Well, they were out of cash. I mean, they made it quite clear. They had to do something. The option to continue on as they were going was not an option. They had to do something because the studio didn't have enough money or wasn't making enough money to continue on. So that's the route they chose. I don't think that's necessarily the right decision. Or, you know, I mean, I'm not in the position to make the decision for him, but I obviously am a little bitter about what they did with DDA. You know, I'm not going to lie. I think it's probably a smart move to reach out to a larger genre of players, which a roguelite game, there's more people that play roguelites than there are that play tower defense games. So, I mean, I don't think it's not a smart move to make a new game. But the company has got a terrible history of not completing games. So, I mean, break the mold, finish a product, you know? So, I mean, I'm trying to remain positive. But at the same time, I am probably their largest critic. So all the people that like to respond on YouTube about how I'm a sellout and all that other bullshit. First off, you can't be a sellout unless you're getting paid, and I ain't getting paid. Chromatic has never once paid me a single penny, ever, in the history of me doing Dungeon Defenders videos. Trendy either. But additionally, there's things people just don't know, like how critical I am with them directly, like through Discord and whatnot. Because they didn't touch it for ages and created Dungeon Defenders Going Rogue. However long Dungeon Defenders Going Rogue took for them to make where it's at right now is how long they did nothing to DDA, and they're just now working on DDA again. What more can you say? You know that, and you've got such a mixed community, them trying to reach a broader... Oh, we got level ups now. Them trying to reach a broader range of players is certainly not a bad idea. Because, like, right now, the games are all split. You got the hardcore DD1 fans that prefer to play nothing but DD1 and think the other games are inferior. You got the hardcore DD2 fans that refuse to accept that DD2 is a free-to-play game that has, like, no players playing it. Like, under 500 per platform at a time online. Which means it's not making a bunch of money. You know? Is it making money? Sure it is, because there's always idiots out there that are willing to spend real money on, like, buying gold and whatnot. Plus, it's got the pay-to-win value to it, too, with buying the shards and crafting materials. But, and then you got the DDA community, which is even smaller than DD1 or DD2. So they've got a community of tower defense fans that are all very, very mixed. And as far as the percentage of players that, like, appreciate all the games and realize that the games are all super fun, so play them all, is like, I don't know. It's, as far as the people I've talked to, it's probably like 0.1% of their overall players, if that many. Maybe even a 1/100th of 1%. Like, everybody is very, very voiced, loyal, and dedicated to what Dungeon Defenders game they like the most, and they refuse to play the others. You know? There's just so many players like that. Where the right answer is, all the games are really fun. If you haven't played them all, you're missing out. So quit missing out and play all the games. You know? Is anything as great and legendary as DD1? Nope. It's just not. But was your expectation for it to be DD1? If it was, then you were probably having wrong expectations. I mean, I would like a proper DD1 remake. I say that a million times a stream, but that's not what we got. So don't expect it to be that, you know? Same thing with DD2. DD2 was not a sequel to DD1. It was a new game in the same... What do you call it? You can't... It was a new game in the same universe, you know? Cerberus, if you have not played DD1... the next Steam sale, you need to just buy the DD1 complete package, dump 1,000 hours into it, and let me know when you do it, and I will welcome you to the first day of the rest of your life. Well, I mean, that's a different game altogether, Seraphis. So, I mean, there's no harm, no foul there. It's not a tower defense addition to the games, you know. Your PC wouldn't run DD1 well? Well, I mean, it comes down to, you know, the same as every other game. You know, playing the game that you're having fun playing. But if you haven't experienced them all, then you have 100% missed out on an opportunity for some fun. That's just facts. Alright, do I have all the upgrades in? We're level 20 now, actually. I've got 7,000 mana. I think it's time to rebuild. And let's fix our, let's go through our inventory one more time. Fix any derpy issues. We got a full set there. Oops, forgot about my points. Just going to keep dumping them into Fort there for now. I guess we need to throw together a apprentice set, because I'll probably use them soon. Put the points in. I think we want to go into range on the apprentice. I don't know if we wanted to go that much into range, but I'll look at it when I start using it. On the huntress, a little more fort. That's more fort, but it breaks the set, so I'm not going to do it. I think on the huntress we can start dumping everything into power, range. Well, either power, range, or rate now. We definitely don't need to put any more points into fort. In fact, I'm going to take a few out. Let's drop it down to 35. And we'll go more power. Let's see. Minor gear here. We got a complete set now. Little upgrade there. I think it's probably the same thing here. I really... Well, I mean, 3 points into fort. Do I need 3 points in fort? Probably not. We got 15 points. Let's put 5 points into range, and we'll dump the rest into power. Now we're going to start using the EV, so we want to set. I think we'll go minor gear to get the power. I'm going to go Miner's Moxie. Just what set you use, particularly early game, really doesn't matter, but use a set. Pick a set and use that set, you know? Here, we got a nice set. Let's dump everything into power there. And then we got the rogue is in militia gear. And dump everything into attack there. Now, how do we want to change it? Well, first off, we can get rid of that stupid electric R up front. Me, I run with randoms constantly, Dejan. I'm doing a new player experience here now. So, I mean, the last thing I want to do is fire up the game and have a bunch of people come carry me. You know, and that's 100% exactly what would happen. Let's get rid of that. Let's go with... a buff beam there. Yeah, I mean, I prefer to play with you all. That's why I stream, you know? Unless I'm just testing things and figuring them out, or like here, trying to do the new player experience, I'm always going to be doing public games on stream. Alright, we actually got 5 more. Which, can we fit? I don't think 5 DU is going to be enough to make it to here. Nope. I mean, it's hard to warrant spending 5 DU there. I mean, we could get rid of this and go with a strength drain here. We already got a strength drain. Shit, we can't even do that. I'm going to go with an Rage Aura. Let's go with an Rage Aura. Get these guys all pissed off. Beating each other's asses. Alright, and then all our upgrades are in place. Crossplay is a very expensive thing, Jonathan. Crossplay for DD2 is 1000% not realistic. Will never happen. There is zero chance. Crossplay for DDA is a possibility, but it's very expensive and the game is not making a bunch of money. So, in all reality, shit, I forgot to change my damn Loot filter again. Let me do it right now. In all reality, crossplay will probably never hit either of those two games. It will 100% never hit DD2. I can tell you what, if you want a game on mobile, Revertive, that's free to play, that you can end up playing for 2 years, 3 years, play Arknights, man. Arknights is an incredible game. Now, it's a free-to-play gacha game, so it's time-based. You're not going to be able to grind the game because you're only going to be able to do a certain amount of maps every day. But it is a silly, 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 incredible game. It is my biggest guilty pleasure game. Every night, if you see Nox Player in Discord, Juice Bags now playing Nox Player, I'm playing Arknights. And you guys know I'm not a big anime guy. The game has got real strategic depth to it and is insanely fun to play. If you like a game, that late game, you're really going to have to think about your decisions. Arknights is a game for you. Just straight facts. All right, now the problem with having that enrage way up there is there's not enough enemies in the range of these defenses, so they're not burning fast enough. I need to move that thing way, way back. It's ARK Knights, all one word. They actually, right now, I'm not trying to sell you all this. I get no commissions here, just so you know. But next week, they're starting their 2.5-year anniversary event, which is about the best time to start playing the game. Well, I mean, the best time would be during one of their regular anniversaries. But their half-year anniversary is like the second best time to start playing the game. Yeah, Arknights, exactly like that. It's a really, really, really good, very deep tower defense game with lots of strategic depth. And then, of course, the go-to for tower defense on any platform is just Bloons games. Bloons games are great. Alright, so I gotta move that enrage down, or this is just ineffective over here. The enemies are starting shit with each other way too far out. I need them to come up in here before they go getting mad at their homies. Uzi, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's get rid of that, and let's move it way, way back here. Like, I'm gonna even put it to here. I just don't want them starting fights with each other outside here. I want them in here getting hit by all this stuff. Juiced, what up? Long time no see, man. Yeah, there's another episode with new heroes and content as expected by the end of the year, Tuki. There is a movement speed cap. Your movement speed cap's out at 100. I don't even think that's a stat anymore, is it? No, they took that away. You just automatically have the movement speed cap. Now you can boost your movement speed though, like on, say, like the monk. Obviously, I don't have any stat on my monk, so the boost is nothing. But yeah, it's a standard movement speed has been standardized, and then you can boost it. Wasn't going great with you? Well, that sucks, man. Hopefully things are going better. Or yeah, accessories have movement speed. There you go. What do I think of the PTR? I think it's a step. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Needs more, but it's a step, you know. Yeah, it's going to be a while. I mean, they stopped working on it and made Going Rogue. You know, what more can anyone say? That's just fact. I'm going to be using them a lot. I'm going to be doing some Harpoon builds here. I didn't want to completely break down and rebuild this, or I'd probably be doing Harpoon builds right now. But yeah, man, harps. I am the most excited about them getting harpoons dialed in than anything else, I think. Now, I am a big Trap Aura fan guy. I always have been in DD1, DD2, and DDA. I've always been a big fan of the traps, but who doesn't love their poons, right? They haven't said. All we have confirmed is that there will be an episode 2. I don't think they'll continue with the episode updates after 2, personally. And I don't think they should. I think instead of doing these big updates with a bunch of maps and multiple heroes and everything else, I think they should do more frequent updates with, like, one new map, one new hero. You know? I mean, I like the thought of the big episode updates with all the stuff, but I don't like the thought of waiting so long for them. I would rather have more updates with less in them more frequently, personally. I mean, of course, we've all got our opinion on that one. You know what I might do? I might get rid of this Enrage and throw a Poon back here right now. Explosive traps are way, way, way better. I mean, they were really close before, but now they're doing fantastic. I mean, this is all Traps Auras right here, and it's wrecking. Hour Zero, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome. Let's just do this. Let's do this. Do we need all that for it? Well, we got 38 power. Let's throw a little trickle more power on there. Oops. Let's get our poons pooning. We want some pooning. I got no range, huh? That's a bummer. Gonna have to put a little range on this guy. Let me, let's see. Let's get rid of... Let's take that down to 40 fort and throw it on range. See where that gets us to. That gets us up there a little further. All right, Dejan, take it easy, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm surprised we made it this far. I actually got a pet here. I'll never use it. But there's actually a pet here. And accessories. I gotta start looking at the accessories and quit selling all. Oh yeah. We poonin', y'all. We poonin'. Wants to poon more. Guess gonna have to wait for the transition to insane mode to poon too much more, huh? In fact, I feel like I completely overkilled it here. I don't feel like I need to really continue through this whole survival map, but... I mean, at this point, I'm already 15 waves in. It makes sense to, but I could be done with the campaign by now. I could probably be pretty damn close to doing this on insane mode if I wouldn't have done this. It takes so much time. But like I said, this is not an optimized meta run. This is just having some fun and playing with non-meta defenses. You want to do a Militia set, Whoops Jr., and then use an Arcanist Helm. But with a Militia set and an Arcanist Helm, you get the Inferno or the Napalm device, and then the Shocky Shock, both fused. The Napalm, of course, is the hardest hitting, and the Shock means that you've got fusion stun that no enemy can resist. So that's what I would suggest. That's what I personally do. I'm wondering now if it's strong enough to just let the wave run, because I really need another coffee. Oh no, we lost a bunch. Where did I lose? I lost a bunch right here, it looks like. Yeah. Oh man, what was going on there? I don't even know what happened. Did I run out of charges? I think I may have ran out of charges. So we've got everything here. We lost what? The strength drain. And then the strength drain took out the buff beam, and then we lost the explosive as well. Let's go back with the strength drain. Man, we lost a bunch of stuff, huh? You want the salty answer, Tukey, or do you want a less salty answer? You pick. Oh, looks like I lost a strength drain over here, too. This was just not paying attention. Let chat decide. Do you guys want salt? Do you want no salt? Do you want salt? Or do you want both? The question is there a reason why they only do one update per year? So let me know in chat. Salt, no salt, or both? Chow says both. So we got one salt and one for both. Anyone else? Anyone else? I've got takes on all of it. No, they never called it season. They called it episodes. Okay, Magic Man and Zafir say both. Alright. So I'll give you the salty take first. That way I don't finish the statement on a salty note. The salty take would be, it takes so long because they can't figure out what the fuck they want to do, and they want to make a million different games and not finish any one of them properly. So their team is split up working on all kinds of crazy shit, and they can't get nothing done. There, that would be the salt take. The non-salt take would be, none of the games are successfully standing on their own, so they had to do something to continue development, or to have funding to continue development. There's 30 employees working there. Do the math. If there's 30 employees and say they average $50,000 a year. So if there's 30 employees and the employees average $50K a year, which is probably realistic, I would guess. If they're not making that much, then they need to renegotiate their shit. That comes out to $125,000 a month just to pay payroll. So that means their games have got to make $125K a month to pay payroll, right? So the non-salted answer would be they weren't making enough money. So they had to do something else to add more money into the pool. Well, what could they do with the least amount of effort? They could use assets from one of their existing games and put out a new product. It takes design time, but then doesn't take near as much art time or engineering time on putting it together. So, I mean, I think what they did with going rogue was a smart move, but I wish they wouldn't have fully just ignored DDA in the process. You know? I also think for the same amount of money they spent, you know, because I know a lot of people are big DD2 fans and just want more for DD2. I think instead of doing DDA or going rogue, they could have dumped all their development time into getting DD2 upgraded to a more modern game engine where they can continue development of the game. But you get the other issues there is just the whole creative process and the morale and everything. You got to remember, DD2 was designed by a bank. It was not designed by the people that worked there. It was not their creative vision. It was the creative vision of a bank called Insight Venture Capital, who bought Trendy Entertainment. So from an artist perspective, they wanted their own product, right? I mean, you can't blame them for that. They're sham. You can't blame them for wanting their own product. I don't fault them on that by any means. They want something that was their creative vision. And that's why DDA started. And then now back to the salty take. Instead of getting DDA on the right track, they decided to completely fucking abandon it and put together Dungeon Defenders Going Rogue, and now they're back working on DDA again. There. Now you got salt and non-salt. For those of you who want facts. I apologize, Chromies, if there's any of you watching, but you got to realize there's salt in the mix, you know. You can't have a steak without salt, or it's just not a very good steak. I mean, it's worth it to play all the games, Demigod. They're all great games. I would suggest, if you've never played any of them, to start with Dungeon Defenders 1. It's the best of all the games. Start with the best and base the rest of your experience off of that. But they're all fun games. They're all worth playing. So pick the game you want to play and play it. You know? Play them all. On Steam, you can look. Oh, you mean for the PTR thing? I would just guess. There's no way to see it in-game. I mean, if you're at 29 minutes and you fill out the survey and you give them good feedback, they're not going to turn you down. All right? It's not that hard-edged, I don't think. But at the same time, I mean, 30 minutes is not shit. Jump in and do one survival map, and you're going to be, unless you do a Wave 23 speedrun start, it's going to take you more than 30 minutes to do it, you know? Wow, man, Wave 17. I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all. When you do the survey, you did 1 hour, but opened very fast, like after 5 minutes. You can go back and edit your results if you want to edit your responses, but there will also... Now, this is a guess. They haven't confirmed this. But I would only assume there will be an update to the PTR in the middle of it before it ends, and then there will be a second survey. So don't hesitate to fill the survey out early. I mean, if there's not another survey, you can go back in and edit your responses if any of them have changed. But I would really, really guess there's going to be another one. That's really the balance, Whoops. The thing that makes DD1 progression feel better, particularly when you get to endgame, is there's that chance of getting that superior reward. And the superior rewards in DD1 are like superior rewards. You get a badass Ultimate Plus Plus piece with God rolls on it, you're the talk of the town. You know, and I mean, you realistically could get that on the very next map that you do. So now on the, getting back to the state of DDA and the salty takes and everything else, you've got a choice. Do you want to live in a salt sack, or do you want to hope for the future? You know, if you want to live in a salt sack, then sit here and bitch till no end about how they screwed up and they're a shitty run company and they didn't get the job done. And there's not a whole lot of people that are going to argue with you. But do you want DDA to be something better down the road? Well, I mean, then your only choice is to be optimistic and wait. You know? Because the truth is they did take all that time out and develop Going Rogue. So that time you can't get back. So it's going to take time, and right now they've said that they're willing to do it. And I tell you, Phil seems like he's putting in a lot of the effort into DDA, and I think he's the right person to do it. I think Phil is very passionate about what he's doing. He wants to create something that we all love, and he's willing to take risks and make changes. And he's willing to listen to community feedback. So, I mean, if you want to be optimistic for the future, there's reason to be. But you're going to have to be patient and wait for it. And that's the challenge, you know? Patience is a very rare virtue. I don't have any of it. So I don't judge people that don't have any patience either, because I got none. I want it, and I want it now. I'm out of coffee, and I gotta pee, y'all. But I'm afraid to leave this AFK. I think I might get overrun. If I do get overrun, I don't think it's the end of the world either. Because I really want to get through and get to insane mode. As far as doing complete survival runs, I would much rather be doing that on insane. Yeah, but we got stuff in between. There, Tukey, is the thing. We didn't wait a year between Nightmare and Massacre. In fact, how long was it? I'm going to look. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go way back into the notes of the past. Where is it at? Just giving login. Looking back. Well, we got Lycan's Keep update on August 4th of 2021. That didn't add Massacre, though. Massacre was added before that. Let me see. When was Massacre added? That's the Switch launch. I'm having a hard time finding it, looking through their old news posts. Rifted enemies. New hero, the Warden. I've scrolled back a long way. I can't find the update 1.2 Corruption of the Rift. Was that when Massacre was added? Rifted maps, rifted enemies. No, that was when Rift mode was added. Massacre was in before that. EV. Yeah, see, the thing is in between, looking back through those old updates, in between all of those updates, there was things like a new hero added. There was other things. It wasn't until they hit the episode updates that we got the big roadblock. March update. Summon the Demon Lord update. Makes us try for try. Okay, Nightmare was added April 2nd, 2020. I can't find when Massacre was added, though. April 2nd, 2020. When, I can't remember when Massacre was added. Is it update 1.1? No, that was Massacre Survival. Or no. Maybe update 2.1. That's August. So we went from April to August in between Nightmare being added and Massacre being added. So that was only 2 months. Or April, May, June, July, and then August. So 4 months. But like I said, all those updates before episode 1, there was fill-in stuff in between. you know? And that's the main difference, I think. June 13th, that was probably prior to the update actually launching, though. It looked like on the patch notes Massacre launched in August. So we got Nightmare Mode in April, Massacre Mode in August. That is not bad at all. That was when there was fast and furious active development going on in DDA. It was after Episode 1 that the big roadblock hit, and that was a year ago. Now, they were way behind on their launch promise versus the Kickstarter. So a lot of people call that a delay, but anyone with half a brain realizes that they gave you a completely unrealistic delay or unrealistic launch time that was just not achievable. I said it then. I got it many times on live streams and in videos. There's just no way in hell they were going to get a game created and launched that fast. If they would have, it would have been a piece of shit. Right? Hope we'll get King's Game and Konami Code Akatiki back. I hear you, man. I hear you. DD1 had a lot of good stuff. I remember going through with that Konami Code the first time in DD1. I remember going through that thinking, oh my god, it was so easy right in front of us. But of course nobody knew, you know, until I don't know who. I think one of my old buddies I used to play with all the time, Toucan Sam. He's the guy who got me into Dungeon Defenders to begin with. Toucan Sam, y'all. Look him up on YouTube. He's probably got like 16 subscribers. Give him a sub. Tell him Juicebag sent you. I don't even know if his YouTube channel still exists. I haven't heard from him in years. But he was a friend of mine from Orcs Must Die, and he's the one who got me to very first play Dungeon Defenders 1 the first time. Toucan Sam. His name was actually Sam, and he had a big-ass nose. So people called him Toucan Sam. And then he made his YouTube channel and named it that. Time for juice bags on a treadmill? That's what I'm saying. There, Nighty, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I would love to see more juice bags themed stuff in DD games, but I think I've burned all my bridges there. I pissed off too many of the people at Chromatic that are powers that be. I got a really good rapport with a lot of people there, and that's why the relationship continues on, but my relationship with many there is awful. My relationship with Augie is great, and he's the boss, so that's, you know. You got a good rapport with the boss, you're in good shape, right? He's the guy who signs the paychecks. I gotta upgrade, or I gotta repair this stuff a little more often. I could dump back and drop a little more forward into everything, but I'm just way too lazy for all that. Then I wasn't lying. I gotta make another coffee, and I really gotta pee. See, if I repair all this stuff, you think I can AFK a wave? What do you guys think? Or is that just dumb? I didn't even realize this ogre was here. I thought the break was here. Shows you how much I'm paying attention. Running around, repairing stuff, thinking we're at a break in between waves. Shit, I'm not hitting them. The DD2 pre-alpha and beta were the best times in the game. Skittis. Anyone who played seriously back then all says the same thing. I mean, it's no offense to the newer players that love the current version of DD2, but they never experienced the old version. You know? You had to experience the old version to recognize it was so much better than what the current game is. I mean, it was closer to DD1, right? Stream dies for you a lot. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. I've got 0 drop frames, though. Alright, we all repaired up. I'm gonna pop, though, if I don't get to it here. Let me double check this lane. Yeah, we're all good. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna AFK this wave and go get another coffee started and use the restroom. So, apologize for my AFK-ness. I will be right back. Do you guys want to watch me die here, or do you want me to put it on a be right back screen? Here, I'll just leave it here. If anybody shows up and is pissed that I'm sitting here, tell them I'll be right back. Alright, did I die? Not yet. I lost 11 DU worth of defenses, though. DD2 was good in the Nightmare days, too, Tukey. It felt like DD1. You had to grind, oh no! Come back to Suede, homie. I didn't realize that wall was so low. That was some sketch right there. That was close calls. Alright, what did I lose? I still got everything here. We lost... Actually, we didn't lose anything here either. It was all that ogre that sat there forever. Actually, can we get... No, we got to go up to 32, I think it is. I don't remember what the next upgrade tier unlocks at. We lost everything over here, basically. So, got to rebuild. I got to put that harpoon back a little bit further, as it was definitely too close. What else did we lose? We lost our explosive trap. We lost our strength drain. And then we lost our buff beam and our harpoon. Wondering if I want to give these traps a little bit more, well, I mean, I could go through and put points on stuff. We got 28 points there. That's going to be a big jump in harpoon power here. Let's see. We'll go power there. Get these enemies to die a little quicker. And I think we'll go power here too. And then I really need a better weapon here. We'll dump everything there. Let's take a peek at the weapons again. See, now we got these staffs that make me want to switch to Apprentice or EV. In fact, I may just switch to EV. Well, that one's a big DPS upgrade right there. And it's fire damage, and it's Inspired Assault. So let's just take that for now. That one's even a little bit more. Same attack rate. It's Marksman, though. Wrong set. And it looks like a bunch of generic swords. Crash all these weapons, free up a little more inventory space. And I think we're good. Let's let it fly. Part of me feels like this is a big waste of time here. But another part of me thinks it's fun, and it's going to make going through the rest of the campaign really, really easy. I personally, being someone that's played through all the Dungeon Defenders games multiple times, and anyone who has played through all the Dungeon Defenders games all the way through, or just tower defense games in general, I probably wouldn't suggest doing this until you get to Insane. Just because it's going to burn like an hour, maybe even 90 minutes, for reward that's, for the most part, kind of trivial. Now, we're not going to have to play through the whole Insane campaign, is the benefit we're getting. We're going to be able to jump right to Ancient Mines, Insane, when we finish this, or when we finish the campaign. And then we're going to be able to jump right to Insane Summit without having to play through the Insane campaign, because the unlocks will be there already. Let's see if we get this guy burned a little bit quicker. How's he doing? He's still burning really slow. We got our spin move now. I wonder how well that's going to work on him. Not really. Not really at all. You need to have the proper setup to be using the spinny spin. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Having a good time. I mean, if you were a brand new player to tower defense and checking out a Dungeon Defenders game for the first time, this is what I would suggest doing. This is the most fun part of the game, really any of the Dungeon Defenders games. Once you get to end game, the game loses a lot. Because then you're just grinding, deciding where you're going to stop, you know? You're grinding just to fine-tune and decide where you're going to stop. But when you progress through the games, all of them, DD2 included, you know, you find that good mod or that good shard, or you made it up to the next tier or whatever, you feel like the progress is constant. It's not so grindy. It's more you're playing it for fun, you know? Don't hit me, bruh. I'm just trying to repair my trap that's exploding you. Ain't no need for you to be hitting me and all. Alright. Alright, well, we didn't lose anything that time, but we clearly don't have enough health on our traps. Yeah, no doubt, Gavin, no doubt at all. It's the journey. It's the journey that's crazy addicting and super fun. Once you get to the destination, you're there, you know, and then you're just picking when you stop playing. You know, do you grind through trivial amounts of upgrades that aren't really giving you much? You know, do you jump into Onslaught and DD2 where there's no more reward and all you're doing is grinding? You know, you have to make that decision then. Yeah, I mean, you're on floor 465 on DD2, you're straight up grinding with no reward. So if you're having fun, that's your reward. If you're not having fun, then it's time, you know? I'm still bitter about what was promised to us versus what was delivered in Onslaught mode. So, I mean, I went to floor 500 and I'm just not going to do it. It's not fun. It's not fun and it's not rewarding. I'd muscle through a little not as fun if it was at least rewarding, you know? But not fun and not rewarding? That's a bad combo. I mean, I like to feel progression in games, personally. So, having a number on a screen go up one tick, that's not progression to me. Progression is me getting better stuff. And, I mean, that's like where I slowed down in DDA. Where I stopped in DDA, I wasn't getting better stuff anymore. And that's when I stopped. We're going to lose that trap again, aren't we? Hope not. I do feel like it's time to switch to the EV, though. The staff drops are just so incredibly good at this state in the game. That's something that needs to be fixed, too. The wonky drops. You know, why would stabs with 2,000 DPS be dropping on a map where every other weapon is 200 or less, you know? It's because of the additional projectiles, I realize that, but also realizing if you make all those projectiles hit, you're a badass, you know? Plus the decoy, like on the EV, the decoy is just so useful. Oh, look how close that was. Alright, I've got to put some fort back on these traps, or I'm just going to lose them. Let's see what we can do. Well, we can check for better pieces real quick. Yeah, we may not have to do anything with the points. We got more fort there. We got more fort here. We got more fort there. I mean, we got mad fort upgrades here. It's only 1 point, but we'll take it. See if that was enough to get me over the hump here. Where are we at? We're wave 23. We're getting close. I mean, they'll add 2, but they're not going to change the existing stuff. I'm assuming that they'll add 2 defender packs. All right, Jonathan, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. But they're not going to take away, you know, what's there currently. And that just, of course, will muddy up the pool even more and make the chance of getting something good out of one even less. It's the nature of loot boxes, right? Loot boxes that allow dupes are loot boxes. What more can you say? Nothing worse than getting duplicate after duplicate after duplicate, and it's, you know, all you get out of it is a little bit of gold. All right, Greg, time to get wrecked. Wasn't enough. I mean, I've only got, what, 2 more waves, but that definitely was not enough. Just some straight up meat shields here, these guys are. Well, I mean, Tinker Me Elmo, you just got to realize that it's DD2 is a live service game with no live service. So, I mean, you just got to bring your expectations down to keep enjoying things. I'm jealous of the people that have started DD2 in the last, you know, year and a half, 2 years for that matter, because they don't know. They didn't go through the struggle. So, I mean, there's so many people that, like, listen to me talk and they're like, what are you talking about? It's such a great game. You know, and it's just, they don't know what it used to be, and they don't know all the issues. You know, people are mad about DDA not getting an update in a year. DD2 didn't get an update in 2 years. And then when it finally started getting updates, you know, the updates are not, I mean, they're better than nothing. But that's what the updates are. They're better than nothing. All right, let's keep it flowing. I guess that wasn't 32. Maybe it's 34 or 36. I can't remember where the next break for upgrades is. Maybe it's 38. I just don't remember. Don't be hitting my poons, dude. Don't be hitting my poons. Oh, wrecked. At least stand in the aura. I like DD2 too. I don't like it as much as I liked it several years ago, but I do still like it. I think more shits were taken on the community in DD2 than in any of the other Dungeon Defenders games. But a big part of that came from the game being created by a bank, not by game developers. You know? the DD2 community that's been here for 8 years, those guys have been shat on. You know? Like, full on. That's why it's, you know, it's nice seeing newer players that didn't experience all that shitting. They're able to, they've got way more positivity about the game, you know? And that's great. I mean, that's what it takes to keep a game going, is new players, new blood. That's the struggle that, you know, like DD2 has the benefit of being free to play. So there's always going to be new people diving in and checking it out. I think Aquanos was my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite DD1 map, but for me, I think it was Aquanos. Like, I played Aquanos Survival so many times before I beat it the first time. I don't even know how many, but it was a lot. Like, I remember being really excited when I'd make it to wave 15 at the very beginning, you know? Moonbase, yeah. Moonbase was pretty awesome, too. Same thing there, though. DD1 players, I mean, I don't even know how much, but how many hours do you think Eskev sat on Moonbase? Oh my god, I bet it was an enormous amount of hours just on that one map. I mean, he's probably not even the longest. I think he's the longest that I'm aware of, maybe. The most hours in, but I don't know. Eskev a beast, though. He is a beast. Well, I mean, my traps are surviving better. But I'm also shooting at stuff now. With something other than... You know, I mean, it's still tickle damage, but it's tickling them a little bit harder. Oh, look at this. We got upgrades. Alright, it's on now for the last wave. So it's 35 is that point. Wasn't sure. I couldn't remember where the point is where you get that upgrade. The next one is 60. So we won't be able to take anything up another tier until 60. Yeah, but that's nice. Alright, looks like we got it all. Still 30,000 mana left. Holy shit. Alright, wave 25. Here we go. Now we're going to have so much power, we're going to blast through the rest of the hard mode campaign like it's nothing. We're just going to wreck it. Serious shred. And then when we get back to this map again, we're going to be using more poons. More poons, please. The staff for me in DD1 that is so elusive is the Rainmaker. I missed the original Rainmaker event, you know? And I have entered hundreds of Rainmaker giveaways, and of course have not won any of them. There's the Rainmaker, and then there's that event weapon that was the... the Jester weapon for upgrading. That was like the, I can't remember the name of the weapon. The poison weapon? Well, I guess it didn't have to be poison. I can't remember the names of them. The Von Wolfenstein or whatever the heck it was. It was the event version of that. I don't have that, and I don't have a Rainmaker. And I still, to this day, enter all the Rainmaker giveaways on DDRNG. I'm surprised these guys aren't burning a little quicker. There's Ed the Duck. Sorry, Ed. I'm going to shoot you in your head. Such a slow burn on these ogres, huh? I mean, I could have dumped some gold into the weapon, but it just feels... just feels like such a waste of gold at this point. Dump, like, almost all the gold I have in exchange for a few extra minutes. You know? Thayanen, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. All right, that was wave 25. We made it. We got a giraffe. A usable one. Hot. All right, well, let's get the hell out of here. An hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. And like I said, if you're a brand new player, I still swear that I think that's like one of the easiest ways to get through the base game. But I just dumped an hour and 40 minutes. That would certainly have been enough to complete the hard mode campaign. I appreciate y'all for watching, Dr. Goon. I got no, whatever you all want. I appreciate anyone that comes out to my streams. Big power gains. Holy shit. Looks like the chest is the weak link now. Is there a defense attack speed modifier for Rifted? GSCs are at 1 per second. How it works, Fallen Unicorns in Massacre mode, not just Rifted, Massacre mode in general, is once you get to the rate cap, which DSTs, the rate cap is 1 shot per second, any additional rate you stack on gets converted to power. So you still want rate on every piece. Like, all 4 builder stats is very important. So definitely get rate on every item. We got some big gains on the old buff beams. Ooh. Oh, it's inspired. Dang it, I don't want to change the set just for 1 blue item. So chest and boots. That's a big jump. All right, it's pretty hot. Pretty hot. Well, no, because the rate from a speedy attributes to that too. So any rate benefit it gets over cap from the speedy gem is getting converted over to power as well. So speedy, I mean, it's situational. Range is always a situational thing. Why did I start there? Let's go to... Jesus, the poor apprentice has gotten ignored this playthrough, huh? What are we missing? Gloves and chest. Inspired, plagued. Oh, I got a busted piece now anyway. Let me go to primitive power there. Actually, those are a little better. Still kind of meh. Where were we? We were on the Apprentice. Right, on the Huntress. More fort. Inspired, inspired, inspired. There's the Ancient Authority with more fort. That's inspired. And let's go into power here. Get more juice, please. It's actually time to start throwing a few points into rate. Let's throw a few points into rate. Let's get like 20 points. Get those traps resetting a little quicker. Now that, of course, is going to make them burn quicker, too. So I'm going to have to be careful of that. All right. Miner's Moxie. Plus 15 power. Yes, please. Inspired. Miner's Moxie. What about boots? We got any better boots? Doesn't look like it. And then here, what do we want to do? We're pretty good on power. I think here we can do the same thing. Actually, let's bring the range up to 50. Diminishing returns start hitting so quick on the range stat. All right, Tuki, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Or we already went through the EV's gear, didn't we? I think I did. Yeah. We already went into power, too. And then what? We were militia here. More power, yes, please. Thank you very much for that power. And that power. And that power. We got the set bonus. We're looking good. Let's check the weapons one more time. 439, faster attack rate, 3 projectiles, inspired assault. I think that's the one we take. What about swords? It's like we don't have any more swords here. So we'll stick with that one. I'm still going to keep dumping everything into attack since I'm just spamming with this guy. And then who is our main builder going to be? I mean, do we want to make it to Squire? Because we're going to be using a bunch of poons here soon. Let's make it to Squire. So I want to look at accessories. Oh, I didn't get any accessories, or I didn't keep any. And then for active DPS, we're going to be on the Rogue, so the Rogue is going to get the pet. And that is going to make the Rogue all beast mode. Beast mode. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we reckon it now, y'all. Look at that deeps. That's got to be a higher difficulty, right? Yeah, okay, let's drop it to hard mode here. Now look at that crazy power. Oh yeah, we shredding it now. Plus, we just got a 5% damage boost by using this giraffe. That versatility. All right, so let's trash everything. Yes, please. We'll trash that. Thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it a ton. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to massacre it. I13IK. I'm trying to see it, but I'm not seeing it for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure. But thank you anyway. Welcome. All right, let's get it. So we're back over to campaign. We got to get this knocked out now. We are in lava mines. Let's do it to it. I mean, I think the sky's the limit now. We can do whatever the hell we want. We got nothing up top, right? Yeah, we got no core up top to worry about. The range is kind of trash. Is that what I want to do? I don't think that's what I want to do. Let's do this to get things started. We'll go with an ensnare and an electric. Then over here, we'll only be able to afford electric. And then we'll just burn through the rest of these baddies. But yeah, now that we're in the survival gear, even just from Ancient Mines, which is like bottom of the barrel as far as the difficulty tier goes for survival gear, it's still so much better than what is required to get through the campaign, you know? One more. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's grab that ensnare here. You know what? Let's poon it up. Why not? Let's go, well, we're gonna need a reflect beam, too. Let's go with a reflect beam. We'll throw a long buff beam on so we can get out of Ogre Cleave range. Can we go 5? I think we can probably go 5. Let's do the same thing over here. Just chilling doing DoorDash. Nice, Thana. Nice. I took the day off from Uber. Well, I'm not doing it on the weekends. I'm gonna do it Monday through Thursday. Let's see. What do we got left? We got 30 left. So that's enough for 6 poons. Can we do it? Well, I mean, at some point you're gonna have to not do that and you don't want your new baby mama to end up with the mailman, Theoden. That's what happens if you're never home, dude. Just saying. Don't send your baby mama to the mailman. You gotta spend some quality time with the fam, man. Gotta do it. You work too damn much as it is at your normal job. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware. My bad. Alright, well that's fair then. So sorry. We are way too close here. We're going to be taking cleave damage like crazy. Or will the ogre die prior to cleaving on our shit? We will find out soon enough. Alright, well, I mean, you know, sadly those things happen, you know? Let's just let it fly. I think we're just going to smoke it here. I gotta check the range on my DSTs. I might get me some DSTs on the next map. I do want me some poning. Oh man, all this stuff is dying to auras before 3,900 damage on the poons. Oh, they are shredding. The only time you've ever lived by yourself? Maybe that's why you're refusing to sleep, huh? Gotta get you some sleep in there, man. Sleep for the win. Let it fly. We are wave 4. See, this is the difference. This is why... I mean, although it does make the campaign quite trivial, if you do this, you are a beast mode through the campaign. And remember, this is an unupgraded weapon, too. Probably no public games happening right now. Uber would be my guess. I think most of the people that are playing groups on the PTR are probably doing private groups between friends and chatting in Discord. Before the PTR is over, I'm going to have an open chat stream in Discord. Of course, anyone that shows up and starts spamming foulness will get instantly banned from everywhere that I can possibly ban them from. In fact, I may do it Twitch only, just so I don't have to worry about it as much. Got a music playlist. I don't have this published anywhere. I'm actually using... all this music is from a YouTube channel called Technoax. I'm actually due to go back through... he's got an enormous music library. I'm due to go back through, but I like using his music because he takes the whole royalty-free thing very seriously. So, like, if any of my stuff ever gets copyright claimed while I'm using his music, he will actually go to bat for me and then apologize. He takes his, you know, he creates royalty-free, copyright-free music, and he takes it very seriously. And it's so nice, because most of those royalty-free places are kind of a scam. I mean, even ones named no copyright still want to get paid, you know? Where this guy is all about getting his music out to the people. So I've used him for several years now. I wish he had a big library of ska and reggae, but he has no ska and reggae at all, which is a pretty big bummer. I'm a Curse partner, Curse gaming partner, so I mean I get access to Epidemic Sounds. But they're royalty-free in ska and reggae, too. It's just, it's so limited and so generic sounding. Like, they'll take the same song and remix the beat, adding one little change to it or whatever, and republish the whole song. So even though it says that there's, like, hundreds of ska songs, there will be, like, 30 of them that are the exact same song with one little thing changed in it. So it's not as much as it seems like. I personally, I like reggae and ska, and then I like heavy metal and punk. And heavy metal and punk, I know not everyone enjoys, so... Plus, the royalty-free punk playlists are just bad. Oh, this is wave 5. What am I doing? Just kill everything. Look at the burn on the ogre. Plop, dead. Alright, let's keep on pumping here. 9-minute map. I like it. I like it. Let's keep it rolling, though. Alright, what do we want to do here? Let's go, wall. wall? What do we got left? 160. That's not much. I mean, we could throw this right in the spawn, right? But do I want to do that? Sure, why not? $28 beds to worry about here. And then remember, we got the Demon Lord. So we'll get ourselves a pretty nice accessory here from this map. Darn fine brooch. We're going to get us a darn fine brooch. Alright, what next? Aris. I mean, I'm tempted to throw these right in spawn, knowing full well that that wall is going to waste over there now. I mean, I'll throw a last resort something in over there, I guess. Because I feel like everything but the ogres are going to just burn up in this stuff. Oh, crap. I wanted to check DSTs. Oops. I failed. These explosive traps looks like they were hitting for 9,000 there. That's pretty nice. One baddie left. There he is. Alright, what else do we want to do? We got a pretty generous amount of DU on this map. I guess let's hit some buff beams. Get a little more power. And we still got a nice bit of DU. I said I wanted to try some DSTs. What kind of range do we have on them? We actually got pretty good range on them. We use these to help on the boss. Insufficient resources. Dang it, man. Oh, I got an idea. We'll throw a buff beam and 2 explosive traps chained together here. We'll put the explosive traps on the buff, so anything that makes it through this, we'll still have an explosive trap here to explode on it. And then we'll have 2 DSTs firing on the boss. Oh, they're gonna be powerful. Powerful. We getting there. Come on, die already, mobs. Give me that boss loot. A little bit of a waste there. Crap, I overspent, huh? Spamming upgrades. See, let's get the traps down first. Oh, man. There's no way that's going to work. I was thinking I had some trap rage that was a little bit better than that. I mean, it'll still work, but God, how awful. Well, I mean, if anything tries to hit my DSTs, they'll get smacked. Christopher, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Still remember Christmas 2011 was your first time playing Dungeon Defenders? Had a blast and didn't buy a copy instantly for your wife? Nice, nice. Well, it's not just me there, Mac. It's not just me. I've been itching to get back into a little DD1 again, though. It's so hard to justify playing so many grind games at the same time, you know? Man, I'm putting way too many upgrades on this side, not enough anywhere else, huh? There is their hunger, but it requires playing with your save files. So it depends on how comfortable you are with that. Your biggest issue with jumping back into DD1 is the multi-boxing? Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. In DD1 and in DD2. That ain't going anywhere. You know? And then as soon as split screen is available on DDA, it's going to be a thing here too. Split screen and trading. So to answer your question there, Hunger, like I said, it requires manipulating your game files, your save files. So the process would be to remove your save file. Don't delete it, just in case you ever want to go back. Back it up and put it somewhere else, but take it out of its current folder that's in your app data, local app data. And then start the game on local mode. You start the game on local mode, it's going to bring you up a fresh account. Then, like, create a hero or do something to force the save. And then log back out, restart the game in online mode. And there's going to be a pop-up box saying that there's a conflict in your save files between online or local. Choose local, and then that's going to give you your blank save file. And then just play as normal. It's Going on there, Grimace? How you doing? Let's see something here real quick. So sorry. My window's all wonked. This is wave 5 too. I gotta not go into full on dirt mode here and make sure I kill the boss. This boss, I think, is just gonna burn. Especially with a couple of DSTs helping me on that journey. That would be pretty cool if there was a way to change profiles. That would be a cool thing. But yeah, I mean, I do it all the time, but I'm very comfortable with like where I'm storing those save files and everything, and like I always back them up. But like that's what I did with this account to get the fresh start this morning. I also have the luxury of my wife plays the game as well. Fish Geek, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome. I have the luxury of playing with my wife as well. So, like, I take risks on my wife's account because she doesn't really care about the game. So right now, this is actually an alternate save file on my wife's account. And then I didn't have to mess with my account at all. So, I mean, that's a luxury, of course, a lot of players don't have. But my wife hasn't fired up DDA in a year and a half, you know? So I'm gonna do any shenanigans on her account. Way I don't have to sweat it. Oh, go, glorious DST. Yay! Where's my fanciness? Ooh, that's a hot item. Ooh, we got one of every stat on our brooch. So nice, so nice. Alright, moving on to Act 2. Here we go. The T-Valley. Do we want to use that weapon? I mean, it hits harder, it shoots faster. It's the right set bonus. It's got no substat, though. I think that 22 ability might be worth staying with my Dragon Cannon. I'll just throw that here on this guy. What do we want to do? 85. Let's, do we have enough to spam all the lanes with auras? Probably not, but let's try it. It's more like 1, but it's different from 1. So it is more like DD1, but it's definitely not DD1. Alright, I need to be on this lane, since all I got is an ensnare, right? Little blockage there. But yeah, you don't remotely need any AP resets to get even to Chaos 9 and DD2. You need the right shards. Chaos 9 you'll struggle with a little bit without having some mods as well. But Ancient Power isn't required for any of that. Using the proper builds and having the right shards is all it takes. Alright, what do we want to do? We only got 40 left. Well, certainly don't reset until you beat Chaos 9. Anyone telling you to reset after doing Chaos 8 just doesn't understand the game. You reset at Chaos... You do Chaos 9, that unlocks floor 300. Which, resetting at that point, would give you maximum ascension caps. So there it would be valuable. Resetting at Chaos 8 is only floor 99. Which won't do a whole lot for you. So yeah, definitely don't reset before Chaos 9. I mean, if you're doing Chaos 8 now, just get to Chaos 9. You'll get there today. It's not a massive challenge. Join a public game if you have a DPS hero set up. You know? Bam, you're there. Let's see... Let's throw a couple of poons in, too, just on the backside here. That's not a poon. Throw a couple of poons right here. Just for a little extra snazziness. Oops, on the wrong hero. God dang it, I'm on a naked hero. Hope no ogres wreck me. Well, he's not naked, but don't even have a weapon equipped. I think that qualifies as naked, right? I can still use a decoy. I should have just upgraded those, huh? DD2 has massive, massive design issues. You think it's bad now, wait till you get to endgame and you see how crappy the endgame is. Sorry, dude. Not to discourage, but DD2 is a design train wreck. Shoot, man. I'm gonna be able to kill him. Not having a weapon equipped. Hopefully my explodey bomb will get him. They're not close enough inside the aura range. The Lavamancer is incredibly good as a builder. It's extremely dull to play the Lavamancer actively. But as a builder, the Lavamancer is incredibly good. Alright, let's just let it fly here. Well, they're working on it right now. I mean, I'm playing on a PTR build for the next update right now. And then there's already an update scheduled after that update. So, will it be completely revived? I don't know. It might be too little too late at this point, but I'm hoping so. You know, I'm hoping people come back and give it another shot. We'll have more giveaways on that stuff soon there, GBZ. In the last week, I gave away like 40 pets. So I don't have any more to give away right now. I gotta wait to get more. There was so many pets that went out over the last week. Between Twitter and Discord and YouTube and videos and giveaways and Twitch. Because of the pet transmog, I went a little overboard with it. Well, I mean, if you don't enter them, you're certainly never going to win there, GBZ. You gotta enter to win, man. I'll be doing more before the PTR is over. I'm trying to do some on YouTube and some on Twitch. Well, I mean, if you refuse to join any of the platforms that are doing the giveaways, GBZ, there's not a whole lot I can tell you, man. You know, I mean, I respect it if you don't want to do it, but don't expect to get the benefits of doing it if you don't want to do it, you know? You got to be realistic. Map is over. What am I doing? I'm moving on to the Highlands. Here we go. Right. What do we want to do here? I think the same type of thing. Same flavor. Go there. We'll just go here as like a last resort for now. Then where do you want to put this one? I guess let's go right here. Still farming them for guard boots. Well, I mean, it's rough. It's a rough grind. The problem with guard boots is they're guaranteed to have fort on them. At least the base rolls are. So, like, anytime you get 3 stat boots, they're more than likely not going to have the 3 builder stats you want on them. I have seen some guard, fusion guard boots that dropped without fort, but it's very rare. Oh, whoa, whoa, what do we got going on here? We had a baddie sneak on us. Sneaking baddies. Oh, because we don't have another element down, huh? Yep. Storm, storm. The grind is long, but once you get the grind done, then you'll be upset that there's not enough grind. You know, that's the trouble with grind games. The grind is real. No, it's just another calculation. I mean, theoretically, yes, but you want all the builder stats is the thing. So, like, you know, you don't want to go for 3-stat gear. Alright, did we get them everywhere? Well, I mean, you could keep grinding the keep, too, there, Zach, and just hope that you get them, you know? You got ads? Sorry, man. Twitch just does it. I didn't hit the ad button. But, yes and no. Theoretically, a super-duper high-rolled piece would only have 3 builder stats, and then the rest of the rolls on the item, the upgrade amounts and the stats, would all be higher value. But in no way do you ever want to go for that. Because, especially with the passives on the gear, you want all 4 builder stats with the 2 correct passives. So, like, every single builder in the game, you want all 4 builder stats with 2 of either power, percent damage increase, or defense rate. Percent damage increase is actually the best one. Get some explodes in here too. Actually, I might do some upfront damage on this one too, since we got so much DU. Eight ads, Jesus Christ, really? On my stream just now? That's crazy, man. That is all automatically applied by the Twitches. I'm not a Twitch partner. So I have no control over shit. Let's go like something like this here. Get a little upfront killing in. DDA doesn't have enough content, but what's here is good, yeah. It's desperately in need of an update. But what is in the game is pretty good, yeah. Out of juice. Alright, just let it fly. If it makes you feel any better, Zach, the guard boots are the last piece for everyone. Hate to say it, but it is just fact. Like, at the end of the grind, so many people were just grinding out this map. And the problem is on survival, it's just such a long, grindy map, you know? So it's very demotivating to do. Yeah, that would definitely not be a popular opinion, but I agree. I mean, I don't agree about the long waits. The long waits have driven me nuts. But I do agree everyone should play more games. Limiting yourself to one grind game and never playing anything else is not a very fruitful gaming life. Diversity is the spice of life, y'all. That is a true statement, not just a meme. Anonymous. I do apologize. It didn't pick your name up there. But thank you so much. I appreciate it an absolute ton. That puts me at like... I'm pretty close to $100. I'm really close to a major overhaul of my audio system. So thank you so much. But your donation is going directly into that pool. And I do appreciate it a ton. Got back into Timberborn for a bit. I've got way too many games to play right now. It's a struggle. I don't have enough time in the day. I just got the early access to Darkest Dungeon 2, which I haven't touched yet. I'm dying to play that Australian Stardew Valley type game a little bit more. I still haven't completed my time at Samrock, which I really want to get into. I've got that Dune RTS game that I haven't even touched that I want to play. I'm a big fan of the Dune universe and that IP in general. How long has this game been out? A couple years, I want to say. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon 2 is still being developed. I just got access to it, like yesterday or the day before. So I haven't played it at all yet. I'm in the middle of a Subnautica Below Zero playthrough. Riftbreaker just had a big DLC and update, which I'm in the middle of a playthrough of it. I never even played all the way through Core Keeper, even though I really wanted to. It's too many games and not enough time these days. Oh, I love the art style in Darkest Dungeon. Absolutely love it. Get back bads. I think I'm just going to spam through it and not even build a rest. Seems more than strong enough. I haven't heard the soundtrack from 2 yet, of course, since I haven't played it yet. But I'm excited to jump in and play it. What else is there? There's a Warhammer 40k game that I have access to now and haven't played. There's an enormous amount of... In fact, let me see. Let me open my email. I can show you guys, or tell you guys the list right now, if there's anything in particular you all want to see. We got, let me see... Multiply Factory is like a more minimalist Factorio style game. We got As Dusk Falls, which is another story playthrough, similar to what was the one I just did? The horror one. It's like a Telltale type game. We got Gladiator Guild Manager, which I just got access to. I'm dying to play. We got Tombstar, which is like an ARPG cartoony type game. We got Zell, XEL. We got Autonauts versus Pirate Bots. We got Necrosmith. It's just the list of games to play right now is so enormous. Turn the audio way up when I play Darkest Dungeon 2. You know, it's kind of funny. You guys know I put out a bazillion DD2 videos over the years. When Darkest Dungeon 2 hit early access, I get a lot of complaints from the Darkest Dungeon community saying, dude, quit using the DD2 search term because you're ruining all the Google search results for Darkest Dungeon 2. Like, oh man, really? I guess the dedicated Darkest Dungeon 2 people call it DD2, you know? But yeah, I've gotten like literally like 100 complaints about it, saying they're tired of seeing my videos pop up. What they want is Darkest Dungeon 2 content. I am excited to play it, though. Oh, end of the map. Didn't even realize. All right, Tornado Land. It's time to go ramparts it up. All right, what do we do? We got flyers now, right? Yeah, we got flyers up there. We can poon them. We can poon them. I mean, for wave 1, I think I'll just kill him, but... Let's go here and here. Actually, we got enough for a poon. I'll put 1 poon down anyway. There was a time where this was a pretty good map to grind in DD1. So it may have been from that. Get a little double dippage on that poonage. Keep an eye out for the leakers. Actually, I don't have any leakers yet, really. I mean, we will. It's ignorant to think we wouldn't, right? Nothing yet, though. Three more. Oh, and here they are. Alright, why don't we do this? Get this bottom lane all set up. I think we can ignore that lane probably now. I mean, I can put a buff beam on it. Here we can actually go with the bouncers. We don't even have to poon it. Go like that and like that. Since we're pooning, might as well poon. All right, let's get it. I'll definitely be streaming Darkest Dungeon 2, Zach. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of when. You know, right now I'm kind of in a pinch where I have to do a bunch of Uber driving. So over the next few weeks, particularly, my streams will be, you know, I'm going to still do full streams on the weekends, but my weekday streams are going to be much shorter than normal. I drive for Uber to kind of fill in the blanks. What's going on there, Ejeb? How you doing? Let's see. Go ahead and do this. I'm going to be 60 you, but that's alright, I don't care. Get a little buff beam on those poons. We can do that here too. Working 3 jobs. Oof, man. I'm doing good. No complaints. Having a little casual Sunday. Just kind of chilling. Checking out the new player experience in this Dungeon Defenders Awakened test build. I already got 2 down here. If I put 3, I really can ignore it. Let it fly here. Application development and game development. That's fair. I've got 2 paying jobs. The whole streaming thing, and then the Uber driving. And then I've got 1 non-paying job, and that is I live on a 5-acre farmland that requires a lot of work. So I gotta do that. All you know about this game is that it exists. It's a fun game. It's compared to the other Dungeon Defenders games, it needs more content, which is currently being worked on. But I mean, as far as the base game, it's super fun. I mean, there's not any not fun Dungeon Defenders games, you know? They're all fun. A little more juice up on these. I should buff beam this stuff. Well, I actually buff beamed the auras. That's good. We can get away without buff beaming the wall. I think I'm just going to spam it out and not spend the DU. I could, but it feels like overkill at this point. See how this Ogre fares against the Poonage. No reflect beams. Boo! Oh, that Ogre got smoked. No, I don't have anything planned for the Mystic. The Mystic rework hurt the Mystic, in my opinion. Not as an active player. As an active hero, the Mystic is just as good as she's always been. As far as a builder, the changes to the Mystic were not good. I mean, the Obelisk change I like, but that's it. The changes to the snakes ruined them, in my opinion. They got no benefit from it. All they did was reverse what the snakes did. You had the choice before of doing more damage and less targets, or doing less damage with more targets. Now you have the choice of doing less damage with more targets, or more damage with less targets. So all they did was reverse it. I did play Darkest Dungeon 1. But in the midst of reversing it, to get the more damage option, they made it mandatory to use shards now. Now, the Mystic actively is a beast. One of the strongest heroes in the game. You go a full hero health Mystic with the poison debuff on the right click. Well, that's terrible. It's just a bad build, Fallen Unicorns. Any defense that's going to be applying an element, you want to use an AoE defense. You want to use as many targets getting hit as one time. Going Rogue is a roguelite. If you don't know what a roguelite is, you will never get what Going Rogue is about. It's not a traditional Dungeon Defenders game. If you know what a roguelite is, that's what Going Rogue is. But I am doing good there, Witchguard. Sorry I missed you the first time. Well, I mean, if you want to use non-optimal builds, you could still use non-optimal builds, Fallen Unicorns. I just don't really use non-optimal builds other than just screwing around for memes. I mean, have fun. That's the #1 rule, you know? If you're having fun, then you're doing it the right way. No matter what all the elite people say. Wave 5. We headed to another boss fight already. Holy smokies, y'all. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a different style of game altogether, Witchguard. If you don't know what they are, then there's a solid chance that you may not like them. Because, of course, you play the games you like, right? It's, if you've heard of Risk of Rain, or... Oop, map's over. Risk of Rain, or, you know, what's some other popular roguelites, y'all? Vampire Survivors is right now. I mean, it's a completely different flavor than either of those two games, but it's in the same basic genre. Nah, I won't be on that long today. It's Sunday, so I gotta do a little family time today. So I don't have, in fact, you know, what time is it? Yeah, this is actually probably gonna be my last map. I'll get through this act, kill Mr. Goblin Mech, and then call it a day. Gotta do the family time, right? Alright, let's just let it fly here with this for the start. Only 49 enemies on this one for wave 1. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. There's Zach. Enjoy. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Tell the fam I said what up. So we'll get bracers from this map. Guaranteed drop from the victory chest. Assuming we win, of course. Don't want to make any unnecessary assumptions there. Hopefully I get a little overlap out of these auras once I get some buff beams down. We're gonna hit. Actually, we should hit those walls because of the boss. I don't like using walls on this boss fight. Wisps are one of the most powerful things in the game early on. You need to get a little bit of range stat on them first. So, like, if I'm doing a speedrun playthrough, I will I'll go to wave 20 before I switch over to start using wisps. But yeah, wisps are one of the most broken thing in the game early on. Getting back into DD2 after not playing for many years, having a good time. Well, that is the goal. If you're having a good time, you're doing it right. Doing it right. It's nice. Old Sidewalk, I think he's all about the Final Fantasy 14 now. He doesn't stream anymore, I don't believe. But I do see him online playing Final Fantasy 14 a lot, or at least I used to. Never buff beamed this side, huh? Better get to that. Well, I'm a big fan of the Monk and the EV in all Dungeon Defenders games. I love auras, and I love just the whole theme of the EV. They're pretty much my favorite two heroes in every Dungeon Defenders, though. Right, what do we got? We certainly got enough to get the rest of these buff beams in. Kind of a bad build here, but I just don't feel like rebuilding, and I know I'm going to steamroll it anyway. A huge waste of DU with all these buff beams thrown around. And 27 left. Well, I tell you what, we can go like that. And like that. And then we'll go... Poon Poon. Then we'll go... Poon Poon. And this is the boss lane, so we'll just throw one more over here. Your favorite DD1 is the Summoner. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. No, you don't lose anything by doing Ancient Power. It's just the things get de-leveled. So you upgrade it back up, it's still the same thing as before. Oh, shoot. Oh, thank God it's only wave 3. I forgot to switch heroes. If this was the boss wave, this would be game over on this map. Well, I mean, I logged a massive... I don't think anyone really disliked the Summoner. I never really did LAN parties back in the day. I mean, I went to them, but I'd never hosted them myself. Cost too much money. I didn't have all that money. Still don't. Yeah, max roll is always a max roll, exactly. Come on, give me my rogue back. Ooh, why am I upgrading reflect beams? Needs more juice. Man, just out of everything. Let me throw some repairs around, I guess. Good enough. I used to be really big into tabletop gaming, though. So, I mean, I've been to LAN parties before, back in the day, but I did a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer 40K. I mean, I played a ton of tabletop RPGs. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. What else was there? Paranoia was a fun one. I actually DM'd a Paranoia, or GM they called it then, a Paranoia game at what convention was it? Thanks, Sir Witchguard. It was in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was in college, and I DM'd a Paranoia game. Yeah, Warhammer is crazy expensive. I played with other people's toys. I mean, I had some figures that I liked to go and paint and everything, but they were more like collectibles to me. I never had like the full sets, so I used other people's goodies. That's the great thing about like Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay and Dungeons and Dragons is you needed one friend that had the books, and the game was free. Pen and paper, and show up, you know? But yeah, I had a regular group when I was a teenager that I played. We played some sort of RPG every weekend. Yeah, there's another one on the list. Baldur's Gate 3 Dark Alliance. I actually just installed it this morning. I knew there had to have been some games I was forgetting. But yeah, I'll be playing that for sure. In fact, I might jump in and play a little of that tonight. Off stream. It depends on when. Sunday evenings I do the family night, so it depends on when the wife and mother-in-law go to bed. Which they usually go to bed kind of early, to be honest. So if the wife and mother-in-law go to bed, I'll probably play a little Dark Alliance 2 tonight. For Baldur's Gate 3, I'll definitely be playing Baldur's Gate 3 too. If I can get a review code for it, which, I may or may not be able to. We'll have to see. I'm in a position right now where I can't really afford to be buying very many games, so I have the luxury of meeting the requirements for some games to get a review copy of, which is kind of nice. But, you know, you never know if you're going to get access to it. It's a slow burn here, huh? Go Pones. Does an oil chip on lava? You don't want to play a Lavamancer actively. Just trust me on that. It's going to be the most boring experience of your life. It's literally the most dull hero to play actively out of the entire game. It's very, very bland. If you like hack and slash, you definitely want to go Squire or Barb. They're just way, way, way more enjoyable. And there's more things they can do and more things to them. The Lavamancer as an active hero is just 1000% pure disappointment. And to make up for it, it's got some pretty awesome defenses. So, by all means, get a Lavamancer and use it as your builder, but if you play a Lavamancer actively, a little tiny piece of your brain is going to rot away from overly dullness. Was that too mean? It wasn't too mean, was it? I'm sorry, Lavamancer. I love you, but you suck. Well, I mean, play who you're having fun with, but, I mean, you don't see any endgame players playing a Lavamancer for a very specific reason. He's extremely dull and has no power. So, I mean, if you're enjoying it, then keep on enjoying it, you know? The Lavamancer is the anti-meta. If you want it's the leta instead of the meta. The least effective tactic available. Sorry, now I'm just being mean. Poor Lavamancer don't deserve all that. Yeah, I mean, you can do that early game, EJ, but you'll find that all that goes away really, really quick in game. You know, you get to end game, you're not going to be jumping into packs of hordes on your Lavamancer and expecting to live. Because you're just not going to kill anything. So eventually the mobs will kill you. You know? Give me my... Oh, we got 2 on everything and 3 on power. That's a hot item. We will take that. Oh, why did I loot it on a Squire, for God's sakes? It's a pretty nice staff right there, huh? Or I'm not on the Squire, I'm on the Rogue. Why did it give me a staff? Or actually, it gave me the sword, huh? The knee kappa. Hot items, hot items. Alright. So we have Act 3 left before we can move on to the next tier. However, I am going to call it a day here and go make sure the wife remembers what I look like. And, you know, kiss the dog and cat and all that good stuff. But anyway, thanks a ton for hanging out, y'all. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. I'm going to be streaming more of the PTR whenever I can throughout the week. And then as we get more info about the PTR or another PTR update, I will 100% be covering it, no doubt. But thank you all so much. There is the super duper slim chance of a late night stream tonight over on Twitch. No promises there, but depending on when the wife and mother-in-law go to bed, I may end up doing a late night Twitch stream. But anyway, thanks a ton, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you.